And welcome everyone, welcome members, welcome guests. So happy to be here with you today. Today we're going to have a special ceremony to let go of everything that happened last year and set our intentions for the next year. At your cushion, you'll find to your the side away from the altar, you'll find a leaf and a petal. You're going to want to keep track of those and not crush them through the ceremony. We'll be using them a little bit later. If we could ask that Shoken students in gray robes fill in the front row, and then Jakai students with Araksus fill in after that, that would be lovely. So if you see an empty seat that's not red, please feel free to take it. Thank you.
Welcome everyone to our special New Year's ceremony. Please be seated and turn to page 2 in your liturgy book. Gata of atonement, all evil karma ever committed by me since of old on account of my beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance, born of my body, mouth, and thought. Now I atone for it all evil karma ever committed by me since of old on account of my beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance, born of my body, mouth, and thought. Now I atone for it all evil karma ever committed by me since of old on account of my beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance, born of my body, mouth, and thought. Now I atone for it all. Nikaya 3 Refuges. Buddham Saranam Gacchami. Buddham Saranam Gacchami. Dhammam Saranam Gacchami. Dhammam Saranam Gacchami. Sangham Saranam Gacchami. Sangham Saranam Gacchami. I take refuge in Buddha. I take refuge in Buddha. take refuge in Dharma. I take refuge in Dharma. I take refuge in Sangha. I take refuge in Sangha. The 5 remembrances. I am of the nature to grow old. There is no way to escape growing old. I am of the nature to have ill health. There is no way to escape having ill health. I am of the nature to die. There is no way to escape death. All that is dear to me and everyone I love are of the nature of change. There is no way to escape being separated from them. My deeds are my closest companions. I am the beneficiary of my deeds. My deeds are the ground on which I stand. I am of the nature to grow old. There is no way to escape growing old. I am of the nature to have ill health. There is no way to escape having ill health. I am of the nature to die. There is no way to escape death. All that is dear to me and everyone I love are of the nature of change. There is no way to escape being separated from them. My deeds are my closest companions. I am the beneficiary of my deeds. My deeds are the ground on which I stand. I am of the nature to grow old. There is no way to escape growing old. I am of the nature to have ill health. There is no way to escape having ill health. I am of the nature to die. There is no way to escape death. All that is dear to me and everyone I love are of the nature of change. There is no way to escape being separated from them. My deeds are my closest companions. I am the beneficiary of my deeds. My deeds are the ground on which I stand. This precious human life, rarely encountered, is easily lost. Now that I have life and opportunity, may I practice the Dharma wholeheartedly. Mahayana Refuge. In my heart, I take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. May I liberate suffering beings and bring them to great joy. May the compassionate spirit of love grow within me, that I may actualize the great way. In my heart, I take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. May I liberate suffering beings and bring them to great joy. May the compassionate spirit of love grow within me, that I may actualize the great way. In my heart, I take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. May I liberate suffering beings and bring them to great joy. May the compassionate spirit of love grow within me, that I may actualize the great way. Invocation of the lineage. I give thanks for the guidance of my teachers, for the lineage of teachers before them. I give thanks and offerings for their devoted practice of generosity, moral discipline, patience, joyful effort, concentration, wisdom, skillful means, unshakable vow, spiritual powers, and awakened awareness for my benefit. May their years of life be lengthened, and may their vows be completely realized, and may I cultivate these perfections with their guidance. 7 practices of the Bodhisattva. I bow down in body, speech, and mind. I offer the best I have to give, both real and imagined, to fill the space between us. I regret and purify all transgressions. I rejoice in all virtues. I request you to remain until total enlightenment. I request wise and compassionate guidance. I dedicate my merit for the sake of all beings, generating love and compassion. May all sentient beings be free from clinging and hatred, being close to some and distant from others. Wonderful it would be. May this be accomplished. I will free them from clinging and hatred. Bless me to accomplish this. May all sentient beings enjoy happiness and the causes of happiness. How wonderful it would be. May this be accomplished. I will bring them happiness and the causes of happiness. Bless me to accomplish this. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. How wonderful it would be. May this be accomplished. I will free them from suffering and the causes of suffering. Bless me to accomplish this. May all sentient beings have the joy that has never known suffering. May they be free from clinging, hatred, jealousy, miserliness, doubt, pride, wrong view, ignorance, and dualistic thoughts. How wonderful it would be. May this be accomplished. I will bring them to this state. Bless me to accomplish this.
Before we dive into our special ceremony for the day, we'll take a few minutes to do zazen and ground ourselves. In a moment, we are going to invoke the lineage of ancestors. If you need to quietly and gently stretch your legs, stand up for just a moment, do so now, and then sit down. You'll find on your cushion or beside your cushion a small card that you're going to need in a moment with the invocation of the Buddhas, so have that handy. And Roshi and Sensei will now lead us in the invocation of the lineage.
So good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for choosing to be here. It's good to see you. It's an important thing in the world. It's an important thing in our world of practice, how we begin things, how we do things, and how we end things. And a lot of us pay a lot of attention to the doing or getting it done, but actually the beginning is really important to handle that well, and also to handle the letting go and ending of it. And so we find humanity has various ways of acknowledging moments of importance. And in our tradition, it is no less so the case. So as we begin our rites of letting go of the last year and welcoming in the new one, it is our tradition to call forth in a very real and particular way the presence of the lineage. The lineage is very central in Zen Buddhist practice and training. We certainly couldn't do this alone. We all stand as the incredibly fortunate heirs to the transmission of the wealth of the Dharma. And so as we begin together to bring them into the room, I'd ask you to pay particular attention to, in some way, calling forth these ancestors so that they can be present here with us as we begin the next phase of things. Sensei, if you would begin.
We invoke the presence and blessing of all Buddhas through all space and time, the ancestors of Daishin Kokuji Temple, particularly the first great woman teacher, Mahaprajnapati, and all her sisters, whose names have been left unsung. The great teachers in India, particularly great teachers of Nalanda, including the great teacher Nagarjuna, the great teacher Chandrakirti, and the great teacher Shantideva. The great teachers in China, particularly great teacher Bodhidharma and great teacher Huineng. The great teachers in Japan, particularly the founders of our Soto school, great teacher Ehe Dogen and great teacher Keizan Jokin. The great teachers from Tibet, particularly great teacher Tsongkhapa, great teacher Pabanka Rinpoche, and great teacher Gelek Rinpoche. The first teachers in the West, particularly our founders, great teacher Jiyu Kennett, and great teacher Robert Aiken.
For the next part, it's a call and response, and so I will intone the phrase, and then I'd ask you all to, if you're comfortable, sing it back. Let's have another couple of those in the cots. Namo has 7 Buddhas. Namo. Namo Shakya Muni Buddha Manju Shri Bodhisattva Namo. Samantra Bhadra Bodhisattva Namo. Namo Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva Namo. Maitreya Buddha Namo. Namo successive great teachers. Namo. Being one with the Buddha and the 10 directions, with all sentient beings, raise the Bodhi mind. Let supreme way be realized. Being one with the Dharma in the 10 directions, with all sentient beings, penetrate all sutras. Let wisdom be like the ocean. Being one with the Sangha in the 10 directions, with all sentient beings, lead the people. Let harmony pervade everywhere. So now, in the presence of the ancestors and the lineage, we'll do something that in the Zen tradition is not often done, which is a guided meditation kind of thing. A lot of times people come to the temple claiming to have had some meditation experience, and they have. But what they relate that to is some kind of an app or some kind of a guided story that they listen to or something, and that's wonderful. Typically in Zen practice, it's more silent and internal concentration work without the aid of an external narrator. However, today, that's not true. Today, that's not true. Not always so, right? And so today, we'll be using the device. Hopefully, you have somewhere around you an old leaf and a nice petal. Is that true? It is true. Beautiful. I'm leafless and petalless. I suffer. So if there would be one I could have, that'd be nice. And maybe Dawn as well. No, you definitely need yours. Oh, excellent thing. And you do too. If there's extras. These are extras, right? Okay, all right. Bujo, you have yours? Oh, here. I didn't mean to interrupt everything quite so much, but here, let's see. There you go. Okay, I can't make my arm go further than that. Okay, we're good. Sorry for the disruption there, folks. So what you see here is these are two totems of the moment, okay? And they are magical in as much as you play along, okay? And that means it can be extraordinarily real, okay, if you play along. And my chunk of this shall be the letting go business, and that has to do with this leaf. Now, the leaf that you see here came to you willingly. The leaf is very happy to do this bit of magical Buddhist magic work for you. And the idea is that we will hold this leaf in the meditation mudra that you have, right, and put it in your lap. And we'll use this as sort of a place to put some items from the past year that we may wish to let go of. Once we've completed this, then we'll switch gears to the nice rose petal, and Doan Sensei will lead us in that chunk. So please, if you would, hold the leaf in your mudra and just concentrate on your breath for a moment or two, and be willing to let some of the last year's ickiness come to mind. Now, with your eyes closed, paying attention to your body, please allow your imagination to notice some of the difficulties and the challenges that you encountered in this last year. Notice the images and the sensations, and particularly where they are in your body. And very gently, but very clearly, guide those memories and sensations in the body through your arms down into this leaf, and allow the leaf to hold them for you. You may very well find sensations in the body that don't particularly attach to any particular trigger that you can call up at this moment, and that's just fine. Allow the sensation itself to just cascade down and go into the leaf. You may find some resistance in your body, not wanting to let go. Please encourage your body to know that it is safe to do so. Not clinging to that which has been painful and unwelcome. One more big breath in and out with a good old Zen sigh. Let it go. And now, if you would, allow yourself to feel some of the things that were just kind of meh, kind of neutral, things that didn't particularly attract or scare. Notice how innumerable those things are. And allow those sensations and memories and senses to just simply fall into the leaf as well. The vast number of experiences that didn't really affect you either way, as far as you know. And in the same way, allow them to come down through the arms into the leaf. And let the leaf take them for you. One big inhale and a good old sigh. And very importantly now, allow your feeling to connect with joyful and welcome experiences that occurred over the last year. Moments of pleasure and fulfillment, of connection and joy. And notice where those are in the body and enjoy them. Savor them again. And in the same way, dear one, please let them go. And allow those to move down through your arms. And let the leaf have them as well. Not clinging to the pleasant. Inhale and let go. Negative and unwelcome feelings from last year, we see you, we acknowledge you, and we practice non-clinging. Neutral feelings and experiences from the last year, we perceive you, we acknowledge you, and we practice non-clinging. Also, pleasant feelings of the last year, we see you, we acknowledge you, and we practice non-clinging. With this, let your eyes open, and please bring the leaf up to your third eye. And release.
Now we'll take the rose petal into our mudra. And just feel where we are. Covering the ground that we're sitting on, perfectly, completely, lacking nothing in this moment. Staying with breath. Totally trusting. Om Sabhava Shuddha Sarvodhamma. Om. Nature, pure. Everything's empty. That's what I am. Everything boundless and interconnected. It is said right before the Buddha was awakened that Mara, the Lord of samsara, this burning world of old age, sickness, death, and separation, that we all have the karmic privilege of being able to realize our Buddha nature. And it's said that the Lord of this world sent flaming arrows at the Buddha, coming from all directions as he was sitting under the tree. And the Buddha didn't move. And just as they were going to pierce his body, they turned into flowers, rose petals, showering down upon him. So in this year where the wanted and the unwanted and the somewhat banal will keep presenting themselves to us, as bodhisattvas, we make the vow to use all of those moments as a moment of awakening, to beam through clinging and gloom and grief and some sort of rapturous joy that would take us away from the truth of our life. Perfect, complete, lacking nothing, just as it is. Warm-hearted spaciousness. That's who we are. Buddhas arise in this warm-hearted spaciousness, regardless of circumstance. Holding this petal in our palm, in our mudra, we are born again as Buddhas. Fully equipped. We have everything we need to awaken right now. We have our human body. We have our particular karmic trajectory tailored exactly to what we need to wake up. And we have the Dharma, and most importantly, we have each other to inspire and to encourage and to give us friendship, laughter, consolation. We recommit this year to trusting that our body, our life, just as it is the Tathagata, is the Buddha. This year, we are born with total clear perception. The mind of the Buddha is our mind. All that is, and we ourselves, come forth in perfect harmony. And we recommit to using especially the difficult and unwelcome moments of our life as a moment of relieving suffering for ourselves and for all beings. These unwelcome moments to be moments of awakening for ourselves, for all beings. May it be so. Please bring your rose petal to your third eye. Total intimacy, trust in our Buddha nature. Buddhas are born from flowers. Return the rose petal to your palm. We'll sit for a few minutes. Everything is fresh and new. We have everything we need to realize our Buddha nature. May it be so.
In a moment, we are going to stand and do two chants, the Enmei-juku Kanangyo and the Shosai Myo Kichijo Dharani. During the Enmei-juku Kanangyo, when the usher indicates it's time for you to go up, you're going to take your leaf and your petal and proceed up to the station on your side of the zendo. Offer your leaf in the bowl closest to the altar, then your petal, and then ring the bell and bow. And then return to your seat. And everyone else will keep the chant lively while each person's going up and offering. We'll do all our offerings during the Enmei-juku Kanangyo, and then we'll end with the slow Shosai Myo Kichijo Dharani. Please stand. You can find these chants on page 6 in the stapled liturgy book.
Enmei juku kanangyo kanzeya namu butsu yo butsu en yo butsu en boposo en joraku ga jo chonen kanzeyan bonen kanzeyan nen jushinki nen furishin kanzeya namu butsu yo butsu en yo butsu en bopuso en yo raku ga jo chonen kanzeyan bonen kanzeyan nen jushinki nen furishin kanzeyan namu butsu yo butsu en yo butsu en boposo en jo raku ga jo chonen kanzeyan bonen kanzeyan nen jushinki nen furishin absorbing world sounds awakens a Buddha right here. This Buddha, the source of compassion. This Buddha receives only compassion. Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, just compassion. Thus the pure heart always rejoices in the light. Recall this in the dark. Recall this moment after moment. The true heart arises time after time. There is nothing but this absorbing awakens a Buddha right here. This Buddha, the source of compassion. This Buddha receives only compassion. Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, just compassion. Thus the pure heart always rejoices in the light. Recall this in the dark. Recall this moment after moment. The true heart arises time after time. There is nothing but this absorbing world sounds awakens a Buddha right here. This Buddha, the source of compassion. This Buddha receives only compassion. Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, just compassion. Thus the pure heart always rejoices in the light. This in the dark. Recall this moment after moment. The true heart arises time after time. There is nothing but this absorbing world sounds awakens a Buddha right here. This Buddha, the source of compassion. This Buddha receives only compassion. Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, just compassion, thus the pure heart always rejoices in the light. Recall this in the dark, recall this moment after moment. The true heart arises time after time. There is nothing but this absorbing world sounds awakens the Buddha right here. This Buddha, the source of compassion. This Buddha receives only compassion. Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, just compassion. Thus the pure heart always rejoices in the light. Recall in the dark, recall it moment after moment. The true heart arises time after time. There is nothing but this absorbing world sounds awakens the Buddha right. This Buddha, the source of compassion. This Buddha receives only the Dharma, Sangha, just compassion. Thus the pure heart always rejoices in the light. Recall this in the dark, recall this moment after moment. The true heart arises time after time. There is nothing but this absorbing world sounds awakens Buddha right here. This Buddha, the source compassion. This Buddha receives only compassion. Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, just compassion. Thus a pure heart always rejoices in the light. Recall this in the dark, recall this moment after moment. The true heart arises time after time. There is nothing but this. Sho Saimyo Kichijo Darani Kodo Sha So no, na, to, ji, to, and Shiva, Ra, Shiva, Ra, Hara, Shiva, Ra, Hara, Shiva, Ra, Jishu, Sa, Jishu, Sa, Jishu, Re, Jishu, Re, so ja, so ja, sam, chi, ya, shiri, a, somo, ko. All living things are one seamless body and pass quickly from dark to dark. We remember you who cared for us and are gone, you who are ill, you who are at war, who are hungry and who are in pain. May you heal and have peace. With this sincere and devoted practice, may we let go of the past and set our intentions for the new year. May our vows be fully realized. We especially dedicate these merits to Julie Roth, Laura Lee, William McGinnis, Ainsley, Matthew Ettinger, and those whose names we hold in the silence of our hearts, as well as those whose names we now voice aloud. May we live in perfect peace with Buddha Dharma, and may we realize the Buddha way together. All Buddhas throughout space and time, all honored ones, Bodhisattva, Mahasattvas, wisdom beyond wisdom, Mahaprajna, Paramita.
Thank you so much, everyone. That concludes our ceremony, but we'll be continuing the celebration. In a few moments, we will have a festive potluck. There will be a gong sounded when all the food is out and ready to go. Everyone, visitors, members, everyone's welcome to stay and join us for refreshments and fellowship.
Get Roshi, you've got a surprise.
First we'll have a surprise, but after that, during the potluck, we will be burning the leaves that we offered today, and we'll invite everyone to gather around and burn the leaves. But first, a surprise.
A surprise! It's Roshi's birthday! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Roshi. Happy birthday to you. Woo!
All right, let the celebration continue.